And we're live with Wiffleball Weekly. I'm your host, Barry McCockner, alongside my longtime analyst, Brooks Walton. Brooks, how are we doing today?
And I'm doing great. Happy to be back for another week. How about yourself, man?
Doing great, Brooks. Ready for another week of the episode myself. Let's get right into it. Your 69ers team did indeed go 3-0. How you feeling about them right now?
Man, listen here, man. That's what I said. They was going to go 3-0, and they did. Man, I'm riding high right now. My picks were fairly solid. But yeah, no. 69ers 3-0, bro. They taking it all. They're too deep. They're too deep for everybody else. Nobody else can compete with them, and that's on that right there. Nobody else. 69ers 3-0. I'm feeling great. Right now, I'm feeling great. If I'm a 69er fan, I'm sky high. Cloud 9, we're winning the ship this year. That's on me.
Yes, they did show up on Saturday going 3-0. A lot of drama within the franchise this week, though, with the whole Wesley Avery under investigation for the use of PEDs. So they had to pick up Jackson, so they have the same roster as they did last year. Give me your take on that situation.
Man, I'm hoping the league frees Wes. All this drama, you go 3-0. And, of course, the league is like, Wesley's on PEDs. Man, he can't prove that, So I'm hoping that Wes gets that whole thing situated, but Jackson's stepping in for the time being. He'll be all right. You obviously hope to get Wesley back as quick as possible, but if he can't, then I think Jackson will be all right. Jackson will hold his own. I had him not getting drafted, but I thought for sure he would get picked up by a team, and here he is. So I think he'll be fine. Honestly, I think he'll hold his own. He'll pull the team, and he'll help win some games. His WAR will be pretty high.
Yeah, obviously Jackson was in the league last year, so he knows the competition caliber. He knows how the league works. The next team I want to talk about, though, is the Blue Ballers. Obviously, they went 1-2. They did have a tough loss to the 69ers on a walk-off. But what do you think of their team after week one?
You know what? They're better than I expected them to be. At least on day one. We don't know going forward how they will turn out. But, 1-2, I expected them to go 0-3. So that's one more win than I thought that they would have. But you know what? 2 league veterans, Matt Moss and Josh, and then, the number 1 overall pick. We'll see going forward, but, I still don't know if they have enough firepower and everything like that to really compete this year. Now, years down the road, maybe, but I don't think that they're ready yet.
Yeah, I thought they played well. Obviously, in the opening game, David Rother's a complete game one-hitter. Never in a million years would anybody think a rookie would do that. And then the second game, they had a hard-fought loss in 7. So, I think they'll be okay. Now, with the semi-pros, they went 1-2 also. Smitty showed upside on the mound, but Reese got racked around a little bit, and Baker got thrashed. So, and then they have a series this week against the 69ers. So I want your take on that team as well.
Well, I don't know how to say this nicely, but 69er fans, get your brooms out. That's going to be a sweep. But, I don't know about the semi-pros going forward. I thought they were going to be a little bit better than they were. 1-2 is the record that I expected, but I didn't expect for things to get out of hand like that. And so, moving forward, I think if they correct some things, they'll be all right. But, that needs to happen, and stuff needs to really fall in order for them. So, that's my take on them. And again, get the brooms ready. It's going to be a sweep there for the 69.
Yeah, I think their problem is their struggle to find the ace on the mound. I think it's really important to have one to be good in this league. Plus, offensively, scoring 3 runs the whole day isn't really going to play either. So they got to start producing runs. Obviously, Luke Baker going 1 for 11 doesn't help when you expect more out of a first-round pick. So I think they'll turn it around this week. I don't think they'll get swept. So hopefully they can prove something in the league. On to the Panty Raiders. Obviously, they lost a heartbreaker in the opening game. D-Row was dealt against them. And then they beat the semi-pros 6-0. Really showed good offensive skills there. And then in the last game, they lost a heartbreaker in extras to the 69ers. Connor off to a slow start. B-Mart off to a slow start. But Jordan is leading their team in hits right now. And he's third in the league on average. So what's your take on them?
Yeah, no, they're my second team. I think they're going to end up being second. They're going to make a nice playoff push. But yeah, they're going to be solid. I don't have any concerns really about them. You know, B. Martin, Connor, they'll get back to their producing ways and stuff like that. And shoot, if Jordan can keep producing how he is, then I don't see why not to make a playoff push and stuff like that. You know, if they can have all three producing, yeah, that's going to be a really good. That's going to be a really complete team, and people might need to watch out for them.
All right, we're going to go into a segment on our show now, Cold Hard Takes. Who's the biggest bust of the draft so far, D-Row, Baker, or B-Mart?
I would say Luke Baker. You know, I love the guy. The guy's hilarious. You know, one of the best personalities in the league. But you know, 1 for 11's not going to cut it. You know, and like you said, his pitching wasn't very good either. So, right off the top of my head, it'll be him. And again, love the guy. The content he puts out on every social media is hilarious. But I think if we give B-Mart we need to give B-Mart more time to really show, okay, yeah, last year wasn't a fluke. And I mean, maybe we could come back here in a couple weeks and say, wow, last year was a fluke.
All right, the next one is who surprised you the most on opening day?
Man, Jordan McTurry is easy. You know, he's top 3 in the league in average. And, I mean, who would have thought that he would be even up there? I didn't even have him anywhere near the top of my draft board. And, you know, I didn't know how much he would contribute. But, wow, that guy came on strong. And you know what? He could be a real force to be reckoned with. And I'm excited going forward to see what he does.
All right, we're to the point in our show where we have a special guest on and we ask him a few questions about the season and what they think of the league. So today we have 69ers outfielder Jacob McCann. Jake, how we doing today?
You know, Barry, feeling pretty good. Feels good to come off a good weekend. You know, we went 3-0. I feel pretty confident. We're sitting on top of the league right now, so see if we can keep this going. How you feeling yourself?
Can't complain. Obviously, y'all are sitting in first right now. And you hit 2 home runs on opening day, which is one more than you had all of last season. So give me your take on this upcoming series against the semi-pros and last weekend. And I also want your input on the Wesley situation.
You know, Barry, I feel pretty good going into the series with the semi-pros. You know, World Series rematch. I feel confident. It's going to be definitely different with the addition of Jackson Peters, but you know, we know how he plays. So, you know, this past weekend as a team, I feel like we played pretty well. Of course, you know, Cole Howard pretty much had us on his back. I mean, kid's insane. But, you know, I feel like this past series really raised my confidence, and I feel like I'm optimistic throughout this upcoming. And regarding the West situation, myself and the entire 69ers organization will not be speaking on that. You know, we're happy to have Jackson on the team, and we'll see how this next upcoming series goes.
Yeah, I think Jackson Peters will fit in well. Obviously, it's the same roster as last season. You guys had no trouble making a World Series run. As regards to the West situation, I've noticed the franchise has decided to kind of avoid and put off all media about it. Some red flags have been raised, and there's some suspicion within the media. So are you sure you can't go into more detail about that situation?
Yeah, Barry, no further comments on that, and thanks for having me.
Okay. That's it for our show today. Brooks, got anything to say?
That'll do it for this edition of Wiffleball Weekly. Thank you for tuning in again. And remember, this weekend there is an action-packed set of games set to happen, weather permitting, of course, always. We look forward to having your viewership, and thank you again. Have a great one. Stay safe.
All right, you heard the man. Got great games this weekend with the 69ers versus Semi-Pros and the Blue Ballers versus the Panty Raiders. Be sure to like and subscribe because there's no other sport to watch, so be sure to stay safe. Have a good one.